in a second. As they said in the broadcast last night, nobody's talking about the 49ers, but quietly, they're right in there. So
they got some games to play.
Yeah, I got some games to play, and I got some. Let's not start counting our chickens before they hatch here. Good morning, Michael Knight. How are you?
I'm in Pasadena, California. You're in the greater expanse of what's left of Washington State.
Yeah, it's not pretty up here.
If you want to drive to Vinnie's house, there used to be 3 ways to get there. Now there is no way to get there.
It's sad. You feel helpless when you look at a flood. You feel helpless because there's there's nowhere to go. It's like an earthquake.
No power on
nowhere
earth.
to go. You can't. I mean, get up on the roof. That's about your best shot, and wait for somebody to come along with a boat. Don't try to drive through it. Don't try to swim through it. Don't try to walk through it because the down power lines electrocute. I never understand why more people aren't electrocuted in a flood situation.
For those people who know Washington State, if you want to get out of Washington and drive east, there's only a couple ways to get over the mountains, the Cascades. Not 10 choices, there are 4 choices.
Yeah.
And those choices are not available today.
Well, you got your main choice, which is I-90. Last I heard, that was okay and open, but they're expecting snow up there. Route 2 is closed. Forget about it. Route 20.
Forget about it.
As far as I know, now again, I haven't checked it this morning. It's kind of a pop quiz, but 20, I believe, may still be open, but it may snow as early as right now. And they're talking about, tough blizzard snow conditions. So check with WSDOT before you go.
I thought that Ellensburg to Yakima was closed on 20.
Well, 20 doesn't go through Ellensburg, and 20 goes north of that. It goes through. It's the Cascade Highway, so it goes up, out, and comes out the other side of the Cascades at Twisp. So Ellensburg to Yakima is Ellensburg is on 90 and Yakima is on 84. I believe it's 84. Which goes south toward the Palm Springs of Washington. So, and then there's the one that goes down by Mount Rainier. Is it 440 or I forget, 410 or something like that? Which goes out and goes along the base of Mount Rainier, and I don't know anything about that one. But the smartest thing to do is if you want to go over to Eastern Washington, and many people will be doing that today, and tomorrow and Sunday, because Christmas is next Thursday. Check your Washington State Department of Transportation website. Don't just go.
That's not smart. That's not good enough.
Yeah, don't just go. Check the websites, check the traffic reports, check several different reports too, and don't rely. Let me just say something here. And I know that we're on YouTube, and I know that we're YouTube talents of the first order. We've been on YouTube a long time.
It's almost our tube. Right? It was your tube, and now it's almost our tube.
Yeah. But don't believe all the weather cats that you see on YouTube, because, again, it's clickbait. There are people that will get you to click on, say anything to get you to click on their site, because that's how they make their money. So please, if you're heading over to Eastern Washington, or if you have to go over to the eastern part of the state, check with a credible weather source. Go to one of the major TV stations, 13 or 5 or 4 or 7. Go to their websites. Go to the WASDOT website. Go to the National Weather Service website. Go to credible websites. Don't believe what some idiot on YouTube tells you, because more and more people are, just people will get on there and say anything, and half of the crap now is AI. I mean, it's
Created out of whole cloth.
It's ridiculous. They'll tell you, oh yeah, it's 80 degrees on, and you'll get in your car and you'll go, wait, well, I saw it on YouTube. I saw it on Facebook.
I jumped in my car and I left.
Yeah, that was good enough for me. And, you spend Christmas, stuck in your car or in a ditch somewhere off of that. So this slapdick disease that has infected us, of non-reliability and truths,
where you lie,
you
lie to one another. You lie to one another, but you agree to believe the lie.
No, it's like the old Richard Pryor line that I've used a million times. He'd tell lies, I'd tell lies. We complement each other's lies. It's very true. So, the weather, luckily here in the western part of the state so far, aside from the flood damage that already exists, hasn't so far as of today been much more added to it. But again, if you're going north, if you're going south, if you're going up to Skagit County, you're going to Island County, you're going to any of the counties that are up or down I-5, check before you go.
What about the weather? How's the weather looking at your place today?
Today it's not sunny, but it's a light gray. It's not the dark gray that you traditionally see with the thunderstorms. So I think maybe we're pretty lucky. Now I'm going to add a caveat to that. I went to the eye doctor at 7:00 this morning and had my eyes sprayed. So I don't know if I can see anything. I'm not seeing you too clearly.
Well, I'm not here very clearly.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the whole thing. So I'm going through a series of glasses and eye drops and different stuff
till they calm down.
Till they get back to some semblance of normal. I mean, every time I see a light, it looks like it's a Klieg light. It's just hit me in the eyes so much. But at least the lucky thing is that my eyes seem okay. I don't have any diabetic kind of, I'm lucky in that respect that, that my eyes, my body is, I have been blessed with a body that looks like it should be, for all intents and purposes, junk. But for some reason, I've been blessed with good.
You fool them, Vin. You fool them. You just keep fooling them.
I'm trying. So the game last night.
Speaking of luck, that game, as you know, in the NFL, if you need 2 points and you go for 2 points, that's the most positive way in the world that you will not get 2 points. The NFL has a lot of things that it can do well, and there's a lot of things that don't happen. But getting the 2-point conversion is something that no one in the NFL knows how to do. No one can do it. No one pulls it off. Everybody who tries fails. To do it 2 times in a row and to have it win the game is not just extraordinary, it's earth-shaking. It's never been done. And that puts in the back seat the recovered fumble of the lateral that was inadvertently recovered by Charbonnet. I think that's his name. And
Charbonnet, yeah.
Not
Chardonnay, but Charbonnet.
The end result was the victory for the Seahawks. But the pathway to that victory was down a road that included a lateral and 2 2-point conversions. Impossible.
Well, every call went their way last night. Everything that looked like it wasn't going to go their way in the second half of that game went their way.
And I wondered who called for the review of that play, the lateral.
Well, it's something new. I think that they're. I mean, they got this thing called a virtual measurement, which I had never. Had you heard of it before?
No.
I heard the last game, and then I heard it this game, and I mean, for my money, the NFL makes shit up as they go along.
The referees certainly do.
They're famous for that. But this lateral, not lateral, but a virtual measurement that they're talking about, I had not heard much about it until this season, and certainly this just the second half of the season. And
Is
so
that a measurement to determine first? Is that to determine first down or what?
Please go away.
I'm not sure what it seems to me like they just widen out the screen and see exactly where the ball is and measure it from there, or use a tape, not a tape measure, but a
Laser.
scope or laser or something. I don't know. But however they do it, they used it for an excuse last night to give the Seahawks a play, which they desperately needed, which they would have been out, without that measurement, whatever it was, that review. Now, if I remember right, and again, I'm not a great expert on this, but if I remember right, all plays are reviewable within the last 2 minutes of a game, right? And all plays in overtime are reviewable. So go figure. The end result is they won the game.
Magnificent skin of your teeth victory.
And they
come back at 16 points.
Yeah, and they did it in the way that they've been doing it for at least the last 6 or 7 or 8 weeks, and there would have been another victory on there if they hadn't had that 4 interception game. They play the second half. I'm firmly convinced that that's their strategy, that they have other people in that in those uniforms in the first half, and when they go in the locker room at halftime, they bring the other guys, the real players, out. They're sitting in a lounge smoking some cigars and having a couple of brandies. I like to see them take sobriety tests on those guys right on the field at the end of the game, an identity test. Make sure they're the same guys that you say they are.
Genetic screening is what the Rams should call for. Genetic screening, genetic measurements.
Virtual genetic measurement, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it just doesn't seem like the same team. The mistakes that they make in the first half not only disappear in the second half, but they look like, tight ends look tighter. Offensive linemen look more offensive. Passers look more passive. It's a complete and utter reversal of what they looked like in the first half of the game. I've never seen anything like that before.
2 games to go. Is that right?
2? Is it 2? Yeah, I think it's 2.
Might not be 2 for the Seahawks because they had a quick week.
Yeah, because they're off this Sunday.
So did the Rams, for that matter.
My schedule, real quick. These days I need a schedule to look at anything. The only thing I can remember is that I'm supposed to go to the doctor on a certain day. That's about.
Got nothing to do with football unless you're sporting an injury from your high school days.
It's the only thing I can really remember, Michael, is that I need. I'm remembering that that I just.
You got to go to the doctor.
You got to go to the doctor. Now let's see, week 16. So now I want week 17. And it's Sunday, December 28th. They will be in Carolina.
That's a
10 o'clock show. And then week 18, they are in, they're visiting your 49ers in a game that who knows what it will, it'll mean.
It'll represent quite a bit when we get there. You'll see.
Yeah, it'll mean something. It'll mean something for somebody. But the two things that happened last night and the biggest thing is that they locked in a place in the playoffs.
How about a goal line stand where you go for it and win? That drives the people crazy. They had their hearts in their throat. You know they did.
Oh yeah, did you see the? I mean, obviously you saw it. The faces on the fans were nothing short of unbelievable. I mean, they look. You know, it's funny because there's a kind of a confidence that people have that this team is going to pull it out. Then Darnold had that crappy game, and a lot of that confidence was shaken. Um, Again, the one thing I heard last night that I wanted to say something about this is I'm just a little done with people booing your team in their own stadium when they don't make a play or they don't achieve a first down or they I find that so sickening when you boo a team that's here fighting for their lives, fighting for their to get a great seed in the playoffs. It's not like there's no effort. It's not like you're looking at the Jets, or you're looking at some team that just doesn't lay out any effort there week after week. You're looking at a team that is unreal. That they're doing everything that they need to be doing to get to the playoffs and the Super Bowl. And there's a contingent. It's not a large contingent, but it's large enough so you hear it on television. I mean, when the hell did Seahawks fans become so smart that they have the right to boo a team that's got 13 wins under their belt?
Yeah, what would it take them to actually get behind their team? We've won 13 games. What would it have taken? Would 14 have done it for you? Would you be a fan then? Would you?
Yeah, I just find it sickening, and I guess it's where we're at as a country, where we're at as fans, or there's a group of fans. I'm not going to say all fans because there's a lot of fans that love this team and stand behind this team. There's fans that go out to the airport and watch the planes take off and wave to the bus when it's leaving a practice facility and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to say it's all fans, but if you're in that contingent that you think that you're smart enough about football that you can boo the Seahawks in the first half of a game against a division rival that's every bit as good, if not better, than you are.
If you're disgruntled, just be quiet. Go to your room.
Shut the hell up. Stay home. Stay in front of your television. Stay at home.
Give your ticket to somebody who would have enjoyed the game.
Right. Exactly. I just find it so in bad form, in a bad taste. And I know I'll get emails now and stuff. Oh, you pay your money, you got a right to do what you want. Yeah, you're right, you do.
Don't give me that.
But I got a right to spit on the back of your neck if you're doing it. I got a right to dump a thing of water over your head or something.
You don't, but
yeah, no, I don't. I know, but I can dream. I can dream about it. I can dream that I could do that. And
fans don't make any sense. Just look at the atmosphere that they're in during the game as the emotions go up and down and the score goes back and forth. The interesting thing about the fans' reaction is it's going to remain irrational throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, you should be so happy. If you're a Seahawks fan, you should be so happy at this team and what they've accomplished and what they've done, and the players that have come onto this team and come together as a unit, and just become this entertaining team to watch. A little nail biting, I mean, but that's. Not every team goes out there and dominates every minute of every game.
I was
I've
going to
never
tell
seen.
you. I was going to tell you to brace yourself because you're going to hear the name Puka Nakua a lot. You're going to get to the point where you don't want to hear his name if you want the Rams to lose.
I saw that act last night, and you know, over exuberant players are not. He didn't start that, and he won't finish it. Maybe somebody at some point will take him over to the side and say, you're going to wind up getting one of our other guys' asses kicked. Um, you know, when somebody from the other team, has the opportunity to just, stick their fist in his rib or something like that. There's just going to be something. Somebody's going to pay for what you're doing. Maybe not. Maybe they feed off of it. Maybe it's something that McVay likes. There has been coaches that like that kind of thing. They like to see their guys stirring it up with the other team. So I don't know. I'm not in the locker room covering the team on that close of a basis. I just don't find it very good as a fan, but I'm not playing the game. But yeah, he's quite a card, isn't he?
And Cooper Kupp, who lost his job to Puka Nakua, had a great catch last night at the end. Very important.
Cooper's a good guy, Yakima guy. What would your old friend Keith Shipman say? A Yakima product?
Or a Eastern Washington product.
Eastern Washington product? Yeah.
The Eagles of Eastern Washington.
Yeah, he's Cooper is he just seems he seems like a guy you wouldn't mind having living next door to you. One of those guys. And he's fit in here very nicely, I think. I think he's a guy that wanted to come home, play for the team he grew up cheering for. And
he picked a good time to return.
He picked the right time. Again, I don't know how this is all going to play out. I don't think anybody is, because there's a lot of matched talent, a lot of parity in this league.
And there's also teams that should show up every week that don't, like the Eagles. Where are they? The Bills can't be counted on to be there every week.
Kansas City, what the hell happened to them?
Well, everything happened to Kansas City, as it turns out. That was a perfect storm, and it's not over yet. It's up to that team not to overreact and start chopping off heads to bring in a fresh crowd. That's not going to solve their problems.
Right, and I don't think they will. I mean, Andy Reid's been around long enough to know how it works. I mean, he was, he had that situation with Philadelphia early on in his career, and I think he made that move of getting kind of bent out of shape. But he had a lot of personal things going on in his life too. He had lost his son. He had different things that can affect your judgment, can affect the way you look at things in a certain time in your life. So.
And what you project to your team.
Yeah, and just what you're all about. But he's shaking it off. He's I mean, I like Andy Reid. I've had a couple of contacts with him, interviewed him a couple of times, and I always found him to be, he just reminds me of Mike Holmgren. He looks like a tough son of a bitch, but when it comes down to it,
he's a pussycat, but he's all business.
Yeah, he's a regular guy. He expects a certain standard, a certain level of what he wants you to deliver. And if you deliver that, you and him are going to be best buddies. If you don't, you and him are going to be the worst enemies.
Find someone who will.
Yeah, exactly. Next, I've got a stack of letters on my desk of guys who want to work for this team. So I'll pick any one out and get what I need to get out of them. But again, good game, or at least the second half, and it was this Seahawk team. If you look at them in the second half, you think they're ready for the Super Bowl. If you look at them in the first half, you think they're ready for the number one slot in the draft. Pick your side. Pick your poison. I think they'll be around for a while. I wouldn't count them out at any point in time.
Right.
And I think you got the same with a bunch of other teams right now. I don't know who is.
Where did Santa come from?
I don't know. That was just there. I didn't take the time to try to. I mean, I think there's a way that I could probably get rid of him. But he looks like he's kind of Hawaiian, right?
He could be slightly. He could be an island boy.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he was. I figured I won't be too vigorous in my effort. At the very least, he looks Southern Spopakian.
Well, yes. But the average guy in Spopakia looks like that any time of the year.
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. That's the Spopakian national tree, and the Spopakian Army's uniform. So, why should we? What me worry?
They don't like those heavy marching boots in Spopakia. They go for something a little simpler.
Yeah.
Flip-flops.
They want. Well, the problem is you get one pair of boots your entire Army career, and you got it's not like you can your boot breaks or it wears down or something, and you can
Don't wear them out. Don't wear them out by using them.
Yeah, the quartermaster and say, hey, Doc, can I get another pair of orthopedic shoes here? To continue my journeys, and the doc says no.
The NFL plays in Germany, in England. Trying to think of where. I guess they played in Scotland, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did play in Scotland.
But Spopakia, what's the
well, not yet. Not yet. I think I've heard rumors that they're working on a deal, that there's something in the works.
And they play at the Spopakia National.
The pitch.
Is that what it was called? The pitch?
The pitch. Yeah. The pitch.
That's Puna that made his screen appearance there.
Yeah. Well,
he's the troublemaker.
Is that a cameo or is that a union?
That was a cameo, but it was to reinforce his series of demands, which are ongoing.
Okay. He's not going to come back and just jump on your head or anything, is he?
He's of the nature that he does not quit. He does not quit. If he wants something, you're gonna either throw him or what he wants across the room.
Well, he doesn't look like he doesn't look like he's a guy that you want to throw across the room.
Do you want me to move it?
You know when he knocked down?
No.
This is the handle of the bat.
Oh.
This is the meat of the bat.
Looks like something Babe Ruth had in his.
There's the Hillerich and Bradbury logo. And here at this end, it says Knight.
Oh, cool.
This is my grandfather's bat.
Oh, I like that. I don't know. You ever showed me that before, Michael? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this belonged to Grover Cleveland Knight, Kitty Knight. And he made it to the show. He played for the Philadelphia A's and the Cincinnati Reds, and he played for the Oakland Oaks for years. And he was a power hitting pitcher. And there is his bat, which my cat knocked off with no respect for baseball history whatsoever. But the logo hadn't changed from when he played ball.
Look at that. I have a picture somewhere in my pictures of a.
And it's a big bat. I don't know how the hell
Oh, Jesus, huge.
It's
Weighs more than
it's
I
just
do.
too damn big, man. I don't know
Yeah,
what they.
I can only imagine the strength that was attached to players of that era.
Yeah,
That they used to pick, two of those things up,
yeah.
stand in the on deck circle, and swing it over their shoulders like they were, swinging nothing. Um,
So the cat wanted my attention. That's what he knocked over.
as long as he didn't hit you over the head with it.
He wouldn't
That's-
hesitate.
Yeah, a bat like that will definitely get it gets your attention sitting there. I mean, just
Well,
if you know anything about baseball, just the fact that he moved the bat in any direction
yeah.
gets my attention. So the fact that he could move it, knock it down, and have you pick it up, I think is a masterful piece of of like, yo, look at me.
Oh, he lives a life that's based on yo, look at me.
Yeah, he's definitely he's a card, man. You don't fool around, man. He's like, I'm here. Don't look away.
The cats got on the bed last night and migrated across the bed through the evening and the early morning hours, taking first Kristen's foot space so she couldn't stretch out, then taking mine so I couldn't get the Banky to go all the way over me. And no apology whatsoever. The cats consider this part of their relationship with us, inconvenience. If things are looking convenient, they can make it look inconvenient.
Yeah, they don't have much of that apologizing thing in them, do they?
Got nothing to do with an apology.
Yeah, I don't. My sister's really into cats. I mean, I was for a while, never that much, but I've always had cats in the house, dogs in the shop. When I had shops or places that had a yard or something like that, that's what a dog was, and and never the twain shall meet. But that's all changed now. Now if you left a dog out in the winter in a yard, somebody would call the cops and charge you with animal cruelty.
Fine with me.
So I don't know. I'm just glad that I'm glad that we got him. I mean, you know what? I've often thought about getting a cat, but then Michael, I think to myself, I have trouble taking care of myself. If I get a cat, how's he going to take care of me? So I visit other people's cats. As far as the dog, I have Panama, which is my daughter's dog, and
What kind of doggy?
Or my little Chihuahua. It's my granddaughter, and she's a lovely dog. And I don't have to clean up after her and follow her around and everything like that. So
well, I'm in charge of the poop display. These cats are the biggest cats I've ever had. They poop like dogs. Their production level is nonstop. So I'm the guy. And when they walk down the hall together, they're brothers, actual brothers from the same litter. And they say, "Isn't that the little man that does our poop?" I said, "He looks familiar."
Oh man, Michael. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do that. I have utmost respect for you for doing that. So
I'm adjusted to the poop brigade.
So what else is happening in the world that we're?
Oh, the Epstein files were released just like they said they were going to. They released them all. They released them because they had to. They released them because it was the law. They released them because they had promised to. And then lo and behold, they didn't release them.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like to deal with a Republican. That's what it's like to accept the promise and the reassurance of a Republican.
I can't wrap my head around the fact that anybody is stands behind these people. I can't. I can't.
Fear and loathing.
Yeah, I can't.
Hunter S. Thompson called it fear and loathing.
Yeah, I can't imagine that people, even the worst kind of people, still look at this guy and say, well, that's just him. That's just that's just the way he operates. I don't get it. I can't understand people who think like that.
Did you see his address to the nation?
No, I purposely just because I knew what it was going to be.
I didn't. I was amazed at the fact that it was loud, fast-paced, one lie after another. Not a true statement was made in the entire address, and he seemed to be fueled by methamphetamines. He was going at a loud pace that is way above his usual delivery mode, and someone should have taken his blood pressure because he was a bit of a mess and so unconvincing in his lies.
Well, now I've heard that he is, and I'm not familiar with this drug, so I don't know what it does to you, but ketamine seems to be what many people are saying that he is sharing with Musk. God bless you. Bless you, ditto again. Is this the end effect of ketamine? This yelling and this kind of just this disrespect, this regarding of anything around you except what you're saying? 3 strikes, you're out. It just doesn't. It just doesn't seem human.
Doesn't seem that anyone has a vote. Remember, you asked the question: can anybody get this guy to shut the fuck up? The answer is no. Can anyone get him to consider what he's going to say before he says it? The answer is no. Is there any downside to anything he has ever said or ever done or ever blurted out? And the answer to that is no. People just forget it the next day and they never, ever refer to it again. He can lie. He can cheat. He can lie again. He can lie to the nation with every number that he uses, every reference that he makes, lie one after another until his 30-minute speech is done. And there's no blowback. Nobody says, well, the president last night told 35 lies in 20 seconds. The president said this, it's a lie. The president said this is a lie. Nobody does it. Nobody catches up with him. Nobody tries. Nobody nails him. Nobody accuses him. Nobody proves it. Nobody involved is involved in the truth or lying of his ongoing statements. An address to the nation that's all lies has to be countered.
Can they? I mean,
MSNBC called him on
it. There's no there's just nothing. It's like they give him the airtime. I remember there was a time back. I think it started in the Bush administration, the first Bush administration. I think it carried on through Obama, or maybe Clinton. Somewhere it did, and then where they wouldn't even carry these presidential things.
Not important enough.
Yeah, there wasn't enough there. Now it seems like we get, if this guy farts, they roll tape on it. And I don't know why what he's going to say or they perceive he's going to say that is that important to the country.
There was nothing of import there.
Yeah,
nothing whatsoever was important, vital, or presidential.
And I mean, what happened to that? I thought that people were, I thought that we had gotten to a point where we were going to, just show stuff that was important, that meant something, that affected a large number of people. Um, he's not going to say anything truthful. He's not going to say anything new. I mean, he hasn't come up with a new trick in I don't know, the 5 years that he's been, actively been president. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. I mean, it's worse than nothing there. It's not, at one time he was entertaining in some, in some jokey kind of way. It was like, oh, did you see what the idiot said last night? Now it's not even that. It's not even. It's just put such a blight on the face of the country that you don't want to watch it.
The same phrases over and over again. America is the hottest country in the world.
Yeah.
The nonsense about
and
people laughing at it, but they're not laughing anymore.
Yeah, the entire world was laughing at it, just looking at this sad, pathetic lump of genes that are sitting in front of a desk, the Resolute desk, or behind the Resolute desk. It's sad because many people still identify him. When he does these things, he's doing them in our name. And they should put at least a disclaimer up there that says this man speaks for less than 11% of the American people, or this man speaks for less than 12% or 15% or 12, or if he's speaking for 90%, put that up there. But don't put my name as an American associated with his. I don't want that. He's not speaking for me. So,
and the national reaction was muted. You'd think if a president went off the rails like that on national television, there'd be some reaction from the people, from the representatives in the House. Somebody could say something, but nobody said anything. Nobody. Fear and loathing. They wait in the shadows. They don't have an opinion. They have nothing to say about Donald Trump or his works or his comments or his future. What did the president say? He said that you were a tomfool. Yes, that's right. I admit to it. The president's got me there. He's right. You know what? He's always right.
Yeah, he's the leader of our country. He's the the economy is good. I mean, any idiot that goes to the grocery store and pays $7 for a loaf of freaking white bread can see that the economy is not good. Can see that people are hurting. Can see that that the only people that are close to not hurting are the people that are rich, that have more money than they know what to do with. But certainly not you and me and people that are living on anything close to a limited income or close to trying to survive in this world. They keep showing you gallons of gas, how much a gallon of gas costs in Alabama or Mississippi or something like that, where it's $2.13. Drive up here on Aurora Avenue where it's $5.98. And maybe you'll see a different story. But
we're paying $4.49 to $4.99, depending.
Yeah, can't watch it. I can't bring myself to watch it, to endorse it, to look at it and say, we're all going to be okay. This is just a temporary thing and prices are going to go down. Or this is a kind of thing that's going to shake off, or for some reason. It doesn't exist.
No, you just tell them that the price that you see is not the price that you have to pay.
No,
Why are you equating the sign that says you're paying more with the action? Listen to me. I told you that the gas prices are down, that your food prices are down, and your wages are up. Now that's what I'm telling you. What you think about that or how you process that information is up to you. But I'm telling you something that you can't prove in your own private life by going to the store, by checking your own paycheck, by getting gas.
yeah, it'll even out. The president said it will even out, so it's going to even out.
Tariffs are my favorite word.
Yeah, where is this? Where is this? A check that we're all going to share in this dividend, this tariff dividend that's supposed to be coming down the line here. It was supposed to be here by Thanksgiving or
Well,
Christmas, so that we were all going to have a wonderful Christmas.
simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even Paul McCartney doesn't believe it. He's been dead for 35 years. I don't get it. I get that the people that are surviving this, the people that are trying to work between the cracks and cuddle up to people next to them and feeling like maybe they'll have a chance if we could just get to November of this upcoming year and get through it. Maybe we'll be lucky enough. But
The person that I know for years, is a Trump supporter, said, "Stop hating him. He's trying to give you all a better life. He is trying to give you, not America, but you, the people that hate him. He's working on your behalf." Is what Trump lovers believe. That Trump understands that you hate him and you'll always hate him and you're never Trumpers, but his reaction to that is giving you a better life. He's putting all the pieces together. And the fact is, he's doing just the opposite of that. He's dismantling your perfect life in terms of medication, in terms of health concerns, in terms of education, in terms of the Department of War. The Department of Defense is a thing of the past. Now, this is just a department that makes war on Venezuela or whoever else can't fight back. Let's declare war on Uruguay. They seem to be a likely
he couldn't
target.
find Uruguay. If you stuck a map in front of him with the countries on it, he couldn't find it.
The countries named. Yeah.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he couldn't find any of these countries. So again, I hate to get so because I liked our conversation much better when we were talking about the NFL and the Seahawks and the things that are going to make us feel somewhat better.
If you're a Republican supporter, run through this. For weeks, we've been told that today's a deadline for the release of all the documents concerned in the Epstein case. Today's here, and they're not releasing them. They're not releasing them all by hundreds of thousands of documents. And the American people are supposed to be fine with that. They're supposed to say, well, there has to be a reason for them to say they're going to release them, but then not release them. We don't know what it is. We can't imagine what it might be, but don't blame the Republicans for not releasing the documents. Just blame the Republicans for slowly acclimating you to the fact that they're not going to release the documents.
Well, it's the Democrats.
But they're going to say they are. They will promise they will. They will have a law that says they must. They will have their day in court where they defend the fact that they haven't. If this is the Republican world, promise, 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 nothing. Not going to do it, not going to do it, nothing. I will do it. Rely on me. I'm going to do it. Nothing. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And this constant flow of nothing is what the Republicans seem to draw their strength from. The fact that they said they were going to do something, didn't do it, and are stronger for the fact that they didn't do it. Don't ask me how that happened.
He's the only president or the only human being I've ever seen, except for the only other guy that reminds me of him is Edgar Buchanan, when he played that wonderful part of Uncle Joe in Petticoat Junction, and he was the only guy that you would wake up to call somebody else Sleepy Joe, and then he would go right back to sleep. He'd snap his suspenders, and he'd wake up and go, "Hello, Sleepy Joe," and he'd go right back to rocking and sleeping. You know, he was one of Andy Griffith's gang in Facing the Crowd. You know, the Cracker Barrel gang. Oh yeah, Jay, oh, yeah, you got that right. I forget what his character name was, but you got that right. Just sit there and agree with while they were rocking back and forth with anything he would say, because he was handing out free sorghum liquor and crackers out of the Cracker Barrel. Now, smart thing is, don't run out of sorghum liquor, and you'll be okay. When you run out of the liquor, those people get kind of edgy.
And they don't understand so easily, so readily.
No, they're used to just getting they're hit at 9 and 12. That's where the numbers on the Dr. Pepper bottle came from. 10
to 4.
4, yeah, that's when you supposed to get your hit. But that's the best as I can explain it, Michael.
Well, then let that be the end of it. Want to meet on Freaky Friday? Today's a Freaky Friday.
Today's Friday, Michael.
Today is a Freaky Friday. Well, in
you
my case,
it'll have from school on Wednesday.
It'll have to be a morose Monday then.
Yes, a morose Monday. Let me see if I can quickly. I don't know if I can quickly do this. Of what are you driving this week? So if you want to know what I'm driving this week, I'm driving a really groovy car. So what I will suggest to you is that you join me at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, as we have our annual review of Santa's sleigh. We have the groovy car that I'm driving this week. We have some last-minute Christmas gifts that you will be able to buy the car lover in your family for a reasonable price. And we'll just have a little some tales of Santa, because after all, it is the last drive time before the end of the Christmas holiday, and I'm busy working on the top 5 cars I didn't want to give back this year. So it's a busy time of year.
Name one.
What are you? And that's 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. What are you doing this fine weekend?
Finishing the Christmas acquisitions, things that we have to get. What I noticed from the internet last night was nobody can get the product that you buy today to you in time for Christmas. The cutoff for that was yesterday. So if you thought Amazon was going to save your butt, they will, but it'll be after Christmas that the present will arrive. They are in a position where they can't deliver all the millions of presents that are going to be ordered today. And so they just tell you, you missed it. We can't deliver that present in time for Christmas.
Can't do it. Although
you'll have to go to a store and buy something.
Oh my God. How the hell are you going to do that? That's a scary proposition.
That's a challenge.
I will say that the people at the Ferrara Italian Bakery in the city of New York, right there on Grand Street, came through again this year with a finely tuned and flavored pack of Italian rainbow cookies. They haven't missed their deadline on that in 20 years that I've been ordering them from them. I don't know if they make them in advance or they know I'm coming, or
they know
just
you're coming.
A couple of boxes.
They know you're out there.
Up there. The problem is I can't open them until Christmas Eve.
Well, Vinnie, stay out of the rain, stay out of the snow, stay off the roads.
I'm going to try to do that. I will be here at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning if the Lord's willing and the creek don't rise above where it
Highway
should
2.
be. And then I will see you on Monday.
I don't know what happened to Highway 2, but it disappeared because the creek got
Half of it is in a ditch.
Wenatchee River took part of it away.
Yeah, the Wenatchee River and Lake Wenatchee, which is a vital part of that ecosystem, is laying in ruins with a few people's cabins. Unfortunately, down into it. So we hope for the best for those people. And I'll see you on Monday, Michael. Have a good weekend.
You too, man. Have a good
Peace, love, and Manischewitz, baby.
Go Miami. See you.
See you, Mikey. Thank you all. See you tomorrow morning for our annual Christmas show. You have a good one. Bye-bye.